Thank you for joining me. What we are all looking for is more health and balance in our lives, health and balance in our societies, health and balance with our sisters and brothers in nature. We need to grow, not just what we think about, but the whole way we go about thinking. We need to step outside of our mind-forged manacles. A favorite place for me to go looking for these challenging ideas is Asian ways of thinking. There is an idea in Japanese Zen Buddhism, which we usually call Satori. The meaning of Satori is linked to the Buddhist idea of waking up to see through life's illusions, but it's got an added sense of urgency and energy. We sometimes call it a kick in the eye. This is not mysticism. We've all been in situations where some new information we learn has burst a well-cherished bubble, and we've had to fundamentally reevaluate our lives. So Zen Buddhism simply sets out to disrupt the routines of everyday thinking through sudden, often contradictory statements that wake us up from our everyday comforts. These statements are called koan in Japanese, but we can turn to William Blake for a reference point. In The Marriage of Heaven and Hell in 1790, he wrote, "Without contraries is no progression." So, one of the things that attracts me to thinking in an Asian way is that it readily accepts two seemingly opposite ideas can be true at the same time. This helps to balance the overwhelming tendency that we have in the West to binary thinking. Everything is one thing or another. How often this way of thinking puts us in manacles. Just take our political system, for instance. It's not called first past the post for nothing. It's basically a competition of ideas. The winning set of ideas wins the opportunity to put policies into practice, ignoring in dominance over all other principles from other directions. Now you see the power of disruptive thinking. As soon as we see the first past the post system as it really is, it's absurd. Deng Xiaoping, the paramount leader of the People's Republic of China from 1978 to 1989, was the architect of the market socialism economic system that has transformed China. When asked to justify what he was doing, he used a very traditional piece of Chinese thinking. It doesn't matter if it's a black cat or a white cat, as long as it catches mice. I offer you this, not as a comment about politics, that's not our topic, but about how we think. Can you imagine any newly elected Prime Minister of Great Britain announcing that for the next 5 years, her government will be conducting discussion with other parties, jointly deciding on the best strategies to implement in the interests of the people, regardless of whether those ideas come from the left, right, or centre of politics? Now you know what I mean about mind-forged manacles and the damage they do. Until we learn to think differently, we will continue to get mind-forged political thinking.